Now let's add some furniture. I'll add the table in the kitchen like I was talking about. So let's pan up here. I'm going to add a kitchen table right here. I'm going to make it 6 foot 6 inches by 3 feet. So let's draw it out here. 6 foot 6 inches, comma, 3 feet. All right, great looking kitchen table. Let's group it. Command G, move it over. Actually, before we move it, let's measure out where we want it. Now, I'd like it to be 48 inches from the counter on either side. So let's go 48 inches, 48 inches. Now we can grab it right here in this corner and place it right there. Let's erase our lines here. Let's add some chairs. I'm going to make my chairs 16 inches by 16 inches. So 16 by 16, you already know how to do that. All right, now group that. Let's move it over here. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and measure it all out and line them all up really nicely. Maybe when you clean it up a bit, but for right now, let's just place them. Let's do copy, Command C, Command V, V, place them all around the table. Really nice, really easily. All right, now let's bring them all together. I went to select that, but because it was in the floor plan, it also selected our floor. So to deselect that, I'm going to press Shift, click. So now just this is selected. So Command G. Now you can move that around if you'd like. So maybe I want to scoot in my chairs. Maybe I don't want them scoot all the way out on this floor plan, but it's in a group. I'd like to explode it at this point. We could go in here and edit each one, but for the sake of learning, again, we're going to explode it. So right click, explode. All right, now we can work on each group individually. And we could even go so far as to explode that again. Now it's not a group anymore. These are grouped, but this one is not. I'm going to go ahead and group that. So I'm going to double click and work on it. Let's move this in. Let's move it in about 8 inches. All right. Now we scoot that chair in. It's just a rectangle, but it looks like it's scooting a little bit. You can go ahead and move each of these up, or you can just delete them. Click and delete, and copy and paste this one again. Now again, instead of selecting everything, you can click on it and press Shift to add different things to what you're selecting. Shift and click while you're holding down the Shift button. So let's go ahead and group that. Now I think I'd like to move it down 1 foot because it's kind of close to the kitchen sink. Usually somebody's standing here moving between the kitchen sink and the refrigerator. So I'm going to activate my Move tool, and I can move it with holding the Shift down. I can move it totally parallel to where it was. I'm going to move it down 1 foot. So go ahead and press 1 foot down. All right, we've moved that down. We have our kitchen table. Let's head over to the living room. I want to add a sofa that is 37 by 86 inches. Maybe I already have a sofa picked out for that, or maybe they already have a sofa. So let's go ahead and come out here and measure 37, 86. All right, and now let's add two 35 by 35 inch armchairs. 35 by 35. And copy and paste. We've got 2 of those. Go ahead and group and group and group. Okay, so to group them again, you select it and do Command G or Control G. So now again, I'd like to make it look more like a sofa and an armchair. So let's go ahead and zoom into those. Let's double click on this so we can work on it. All right, so maybe we've got some arms that are about 8 inches. However the sofa looks to you, or however its exact measurements are. Okay, we've got the back added. We've got the arms to it. Now, while you're working on this group, the measurement lines will also be part of the group once you add them. So if you have it in here and you go to click out of it, if you click on that, it's part of the group. So to delete it, if you try and delete it, you can't unless you're working on the group, if that makes any sense. Okay, now I want some cushions. Say I want 3 equal-sized cushions here. It's kind of a pain to find the middle and then measure it out. So instead, I'm going to click on this line, right-click, and hit divide. Now I can see all these points where it's going to divide to. And you can see down here in this info box area how many segments it will have. I can either move it till there's 3 segments, 1, 2, 3, or I can type in the number 3 and press enter. Now you can see, can't see it by just looking at it, but if you grab your tape measure tool, it's going to pop to each of those sections. So let's get our line tool and find those sections. All right, so now we've got a sofa. You can go in if you want and round some of these edges, maybe around right here if you'd like. Let's work on that, I'll show you. Get out your arc tool. Maybe you're going to round right here. For some reason it's not. I'm going kind of fast here, so it's not really doing what I'd like it to do, but if you like it more like that, however you'd like to draw your sofa. Now let's do the same for our armchairs. Double click on that. Maybe you've got an 8-inch arm again and a 10-inch back. Maybe the arms don't go all the way, so let's measure 4 inches. Actually, let's go 6 inches from here. Maybe our arms look something like this. Depends on what kind of chair you're drawing. Delete those guides before we click out. All right, now instead of drawing it again on this one, I'm going to delete it. Just copy and paste another one. Okay, now we've got our furniture to add into our room. So let's go ahead, add it in here. Spin it around with our move tool. You all know how to do that already. Getting really good at it. And I'm going to add in a coffee table. You can add whatever size you'd like to do. I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball one in there right now. Okay, so now you have your living room. You can rearrange it however you'd like. Maybe you like your couch right here. Maybe you like your armchairs on either side. Whatever you would like to do. Oop, you gotta group that. It is all up to you now. And you can even line everything up. If you say you want to line these up, zoom it in, line that up, add in end tables, whatever you would like to do. Okay, now I'm all really far away from this fireplace, so let's go ahead and bring that in here.